Guys, the day has come. It's December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day, by the way. So not sure why they dropped on this day, but let me stop some of this music from playing. These kids are going crazy because obviously the new Avengers trailer is out. Endgame. So we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it, and we're going to see what it is all about. So let's turn on the TV. Let's turn on the Xbox. Let's get this baby going. You might have to move up a little bit to turn it on. It's on now. Woo! I am so excited about this. I don't know why I'm so excited. So if you're not a fan of Marvel, I don't know why you even clicked on this. But if you are, the Endgame trailer just came out about an hour ago. They released a new poster for it as well. On Instagram, they posted it with the whole Avengers logo disappearing and all that stuff. Are you excited, Harmony? Are you excited about this? Yeah, I didn't think you were. All right, so they're excited about something completely different. But anyway, let's go and find this trailer. We're going to go to recent. Going to go to YouTube because that's literally all we use this Xbox for. We didn't even have the Xbox One. We're still living back in 2008. That's how bad it is. So, yeah, let's go and find this. And, of course, we're already running into some technical difficulties here. But no worries, right? No worries. All right, I think YouTube's launching. I'm so excited about this. The good thing is I can easily search because I have this keypad on my Xbox controller. Are you ready for this? Oh, you found Rarity. Good job. Rarity has to watch this as well. Rarity is about to watch the Endgame trailer with us. Now, of course, it's not even trending yet. So I don't know why that's the case. All right, so let's type it in. Let's type it in. Let's type in. Oh, there it is. Look at that. It's right at the top. It's right at the top, folks. It's the first thing, Marvel Avengers Endgame trailer. I'm going to hit the A button to select it. Girls, I'm going to turn... Oh, there it is. Now, see, a bunch of people already have trailers out for it. You can see one has 13,000 views from TV Guide. I'm going to go with this one, Endgame trailer 2019 from Film Select. It's in HD. I have an HD TV, which was also from 2009 or 10. I think we really need some new technology. Where's that remote at? Where's that remote at? Folks, let me know. What are you expecting to see in this? Here, I'll turn it up. What are you all expecting to see in this new Infinity War trailer? Thanks, honey. I don't know what to expect. I'm just so excited. So here we go. I'm going to turn this. Girls, I'm turning this so loud, your ears might pop off. Are you ready for your ears to pop off?
Yeah.
All right, they're ready for their ears to pop off. So let's see what this trailer is all about. This is going to be a reaction. Then I might go back and do some analysis to see exactly what happened. So let me make sure I pick the right video here. There we go. Are we ready? This is it, folks. Let's dim the lights a little bit. Let's movie theater mode this, all right? Shall we? Let's make this feel a little bit more like we're actually getting our own private screening. That's a little bit better. I'm going to close this one off as well. We don't need all this light coming in here. You all can see me. I'm not that black, so I'm not going to disappear. All right, perfect. Perfect. We're ready. Are you girls ready?
Yeah!
Mama, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Whew. Folks, are you ready? I hope you're ready. Let's do this. By the way, this is my day off. I didn't take a day off for the trailer. I'm just taking Fridays off, so it's not like I just skipped work for this trailer alone. But
Silly, Bubba.
I know. Am I not silly? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. If we get an ad, I'm going to laugh. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Watch us get an ad. We got an ad.
All episodes November 14th.
Here we go.
YouTube.
Stay on.
So Tony's in space still.
Hey, this Buds. If you find this recording, don't feel better at this. Part of the journey is the end. Just there could be adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'd be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's all I say.
This is so sad. I don't know why that gives me goosebumps. The Scarecrow Thanos armor.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
We lost. All of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves.
Hawkeye is back!
This is
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
Is that really it? Is that really it?
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport, Germany. I got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
So that is huge as well, because that means that Ant-Man escaped the quantum realm. If you didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp, are you girls excited? Are you girls excited? You're not even Marvel fans. You've never even seen one movie. I don't know how they're so excited. Okay, so I'm sure that all the film review critics that do this for a living, they're gonna dissect this. I don't know what they're so excited about. They got more excited at the end of the trailer than they did during the trailer. But anyway, I'm not quite sure how all this is going to play. We got the Captain Marvel trailer that came out earlier this week. You had this that just came out today. At the very end, they show Ant-Man sort of making his whole Guardians of the Galaxy type tie into this Endgame trailer. This is going to be interesting because, again, if you didn't see the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man got trapped in the quantum realm when all of his friends pretty much got dusted. So this will be interesting to see how did he escape first and foremost. But then also, I don't think we learned a lot. Okay, so we saw Hawkeye, but I'm going to have to actually sit down and like really get into this video. Girls, did you see anything? Did you see anything that made any sense to you? Did any of this trailer make sense to you?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Harmony, did any of this trailer make sense to you? You're still on Frozen. I can't believe this. Mama, did any of this make sense to you? I think it was an awesome trailer. It didn't reveal much, but again, this is Marvel. What are they going to reveal, right? They're trying to play their cards very close to the sleeve. Should we watch it again? I feel like I need to watch it again and maybe this time just kind of pause on certain areas that really caught my attention. First of all, let's start off with Tony. So we got Tony here. He's still drifting off in space. His bleeding edge iron suit is still with him somehow. I don't know how he was able to keep this whole suit together. I don't even know where he got this ship from. So this is actually the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, I believe. This is the ship that the Guardians landed. I'm not sure how it survived Infinity War when Thanos just brought the entire moon of Titan down, but somehow it survived. So here's Tony on that ship, on the ship that somehow survived Thanos' onslaught when he used the Power Stone to break apart Titan's moon, and then used the Space Stone to pull it out of orbit and into Titan's atmosphere. And if you don't remember, Iron Spider-Man was pretty much hurtling through trying to save as many people. How did this ship survive all of that? I'm not sure. But anyway, you've got Tony somehow figuring out how to commandeer the ship as well. But again, Tony is a genius. Thanos even recognized that Tony was a genius in Infinity War. And so that's how we get that. So let's keep seeing what happens next.
Stay on. Hey, Miss Ponce. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end.
So I like that part. It's so sad. It really does open us up to knowing that this is truly the end. We don't know what's going to happen to Tony. Will he make a Thor-like return in the movie? Again, they pretty much set him up in space. Now he's sort of got to take this hero's journey on his own, almost like Thor did at the end of Ragnarok. in the beginning of Infinity War, when everything was pretty much taken away from him, his brother, every single Asgardian. You had, Loki being killed, apparently. Apparently, we still don't know if Loki's actually dead. But you had, who's the guy played by Idris Elba? I can't remember his name. But you had him being killed before he opened up the Bifrost one more time to send the Hulk back to Earth to warn everyone that Thanos was coming. So Thor pretty much had to make his hero's journey. This is so symmetrical. We started off the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man, with Tony Stark pretty much being this brazen, very confident, very snarky type of guy. And now here he is realizing the failure of all of his labor, of everything that he's worked for. This is him alone in space, making the hero's journey. I think this is an awesome way to start this off. Let's continue.
Just the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen ran out tomorrow morning. Again. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
Okay, so right before they get to the awesome Marvel Studios sequence where the music starts blaring, this was a very heartfelt message, of course. I'm sure this will probably open up the movie. He's basically speaking to his fiance. Did they get married yet? I don't think they got married yet, Pepper Potts. Now, what will be interesting is he's drifting off in space. Of course, you remember the ship that the Asgardians were on at the end of the day was also pretty much drifting in space before they got intercepted by Thanos. And then when everything was destroyed, you had the Guardians save them. Who knows who else is out there? The Xandarians have pretty much been destroyed. But you also had the people that were coming after. There's so many planets out there. Who knows who might actually receive and intercept this message from Tony and actually come and save him. He said he was running out of air, running out of oxygen, so who knows what exactly will happen. Let's see the rest of this trailer. So there it is. You have the entire thing disappearing, the entire Marvel 10 Studios little title card disappearing. I will say it's kind of sad in a way because, one, you had a whole bunch of Marvel cinematic shows pretty much disappear. You had the Defenders, you had Iron Fist, you had Luke Cage, Daredevil even went away. It's almost as if to say that the studio exec said, hey, if we're going to make this snap feel real, we actually need to get rid of some of the shows that we're showing on Netflix. Luckily, we still get the whole not the Avengers, but whatever show's on ABC. It's my favorite show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We'll still get that, but they're not coming back until next year after Endgame. So we didn't get it this year. So obviously they're trying to look to see what's going to happen so that they can play off of that. But it is interesting and really sad. The saddest part is that, of course, we lost Stan Lee and all this. It's almost like he got snapped away in a way. So he hopefully got to see some of this before he passed. But it will be interesting to see if he has his cameo role. I'm pretty sure he does. And I will probably cry like a baby when they do debut this. So let's continue this trailer. Again, so I brought this up when I first started. This is Thanos' armor that he wore at the very beginning of the movie when he was on that ship, destroying the Asgardians, retrieving the Space Stone from Loki. If you watch the movie with the director's credits or the director's pretty much commentary, they actually brought this up. They actually brought up Thanos' armor on the Scarecrow. So we all know that this is taking place on the planet where Thanos has made his home, the farm, where at the end of the movie he gives you his iconic little smirk that he did make the snap happen. So they show this again, and again, it's pretty much interesting because in the trailer for Infinity War, we had Thanos sounding really pompous. This one, we get no voices from Thanos at all. There's no Josh Brolin to make us feel scared, but also equally, I don't know if you felt this way, but when Thanos was talking in the Infinity War trailer, when he was talking about, you think everything is so good, you try to run from everything, but eventually, I don't remember all well, but he sounded so comforting as well. Don't you girls think? Are we baking something? Are you girls gonna cook something up? What are you cooking up? Great. All right. So Thanos is at home, probably cooking up what he's gonna do next. But this is the Scarecrow with his armor on it, and I thought that was cool to point out since the directors pointed it out and their commentary at the end of the Infinity War movie. As he was sitting there, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this exact same Scarecrow armor right there. So let's continue.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do.
So that's Thanos walking through his fields.
He wiped out.
So I don't know if you noticed that, but Captain America was actually crying. He shed a tear. Did you just hit me on the butt? Do you think that's okay, or do you need a timeout? Do you need a timeout?
No.
I think you do. Because I don't think we're supposed to hit each other on the butts.
Listen.
Oh, you want to listen? She wants to listen, but she also wants to hit me on the butt. All right, anyway. So here's Natalia explaining what we all know, but of course she's pretty much acting as the dialogue, the narration for this trailer, explaining that Thanos won, the Avengers lost, and Captain America's crying. Have we actually seen Captain America cry any of the previous movies? I mean, I know he lost Bucky. I know there, a lot of things happened, but I'm not sure if I can remember Captain actually shedding a tear. We'll have to look that up. But anyway, let's hear what else Natalia has to say.
Of all living creatures.
So it is interesting, if you didn't see it right there, they had Scott Lang, Ant-Man, showing up as one of the people that disappeared. So they thought that he was gone. Obviously he wasn't gone. He was in the quantum realm. But of course, he probably wasn't registering on their little thing. Let's keep going.
We lost. All of us.
So I gotta feel really bad. This is Thor right here, and you can see he's got his bionic eye in. Can you see the bionic eye? He's got his bionic eye in that he got from Rocket Raccoon, and he's sitting there. He's stewing. I mean, this guy is pissed off again. You can imagine again. He was on the hero's journey in Infinity War, and he came back and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna destroy you, Thanos. I'm gonna defeat you." And he literally came within an arm's reach of destroying, or really within a neck's reach of ending it, when he threw his axe, what was it called, Stormbreaker, into Thanos' chest. Of course, Thanos, as we all remember, said his infamous lines, "You should have aimed for the head," and then snapped everything away. And you could just see after it all happened, and Thor looked at Thanos and said, "What have you done?" It was really, what did Thor do? He realized that in being so pompous to think that he could actually come back and defeat Thanos, he should have went for the head. In this, we wouldn't have even had another movie. So thank you, actually, Thor, for not aiming for the head, for aiming for the heart. But we all know Thanos isn't using his heart in this. He's using his head. We saw that when he threw Gamora off that edge on that planet Vormir to get the Soul Stone. He's not using his heart. Thanos is using his mind. He's using logic to defeat us all. So here's Thor realizing the error of his ways and probably just completely dejected. He's lost his family. He's lost his brother, his father. He met his sister Hela in Ragnarok and then had to destroy her. He's lost pretty much everybody. But of course, we might see the Revengers show up here. So if you remember in Ragnarok, the Revengers were pretty much the Valkyries. There were a few other folks that were with them. Not all of them, I don't think, were on that ship. At least I hope they weren't on that ship at the beginning of Infinity War that Thanos destroyed. But we might get to see the Revengers show up in this as well, and I'll be really excited if that happens. Let's continue. There's Nebula. Of course, Nebula's lost her sister, so she's pretty much dejected as well. And of course, Thanos even said to her, "You should have killed me when you had the chance." And of course, Thanos' response was, "That would be a waste of parts." Obviously, he hates Nebula. I don't understand how he treats her as bad as he does, yet still considers her one of his children. So let's continue.
You lost friends. You lost family.
Now this part, oh my gosh, I almost fangirled here. I wasn't sure who this was because first this scene is taking place somewhere, it looks like, in either China or Singapore or maybe it's Shanghai, because if you remember, this scene looks very similar to scenes that we saw out of the movie, who's the guy with the time stone? Why can I not remember his name now? Oh my goodness, Doctor Strange, yes. So this starts off looking like it could be something out of Doctor Strange. I was thinking it might have been the other magician, the black guy whose name now eludes me, but who basically went off and said he's going to destroy and reclaim all the magic. There's too many magicians in the world. So I thought that may have been him, not Caecilius, but the other guy. Caecilius was the main bad guy. So I thought that was going to be him. Someone wiping his sword off. I'm like, who is this guy that has a sword and all this armor? And then you see the hood. And you're like, oh, shoot.
We lost a part of ourselves.
And you're like, oh, my goodness. That's freaking Jeremy Renner. Look at that beautiful smug look. He is pissed. He is so pissed. That is Hawkeye. And I'm not sure what Hawkeye is actually going to bring to this video. If you didn't see the Saturday Night Live spoof of Hawkeye, where Jeremy Renner actually played his role of Hawkeye, and he was like, yeah, I don't know what I do. I shoot arrows, and I'm Katniss Everdeen for this movie. But it's always an issue with someone who has a limited arsenal. He's not like, well, this will be really interesting, because let me tie this into another movie that I recently saw. Let's do some theory here. In order for Jeremy Renner to actually be, really, of use as Hawkeye in this movie, you got to bring in Christmas Chronicles. If you haven't seen Christmas Chronicles, you're missing out, because it gave us a really good insight into how in the world Santa Claus packs all of those packages into his bag. He has a quantum portal back to the North Pole that can easily restock with Christmas gifts. Now we're talking about the quantum realm. Now we're talking about Ant-Man. Is it possible that Ant-Man could somehow create some sort of quantum portal to the sheath that Hawkeye uses for all of his armor, so that he has infinite access to all of his bows and arrows, all of his weaponry? Could that be a possibility? If so, that would be amazing as well. But here we are, Jeremy Renner in his full glory. Hawkeye is back. We were wondering where he went. Where was he for most of? Was he in Civil War? I don't remember seeing him too much in Civil War. But yes, he was in Civil War. But so yeah, he was there, and then he just disappeared. He was back with his family living on a farm. I'm going to venture to say that his wife disappeared and his child or children also disappeared. And so that brought him back into the game as well to pretty much exact his vengeance and find out what the heck is going on, because I'm pretty sure he has no idea what's going on. What brought him to China also is pretty interesting, or whatever Asia Pacific country he's in. How did he end up all the way out there? Will be pretty interesting. But he makes pretty much the exact same entrance into this trailer as Captain America did, if you remember in the Infinity War trailer, where they showed him catching Proxima Midnight's staff and then showing up out of the darkness to save Vision and Scarlet Witch from Corvus Glaive and Proxima. So he makes this entrance. Jeremy Renner, so glad to have you back. I hope he plays a big role. I would love to see like a souped up Hawkeye just save the universe, my man. Save the universe. So let's continue.
This is the fight of our lives.
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is.
Real quick, Steve Rogers still has in his locket, which I did not know he carried a locket around, of all things, of Agent Carter, Peggy Carter, his love interest from way back in the 40s. So it's surprising to see that he still holds her near and dear to his heart. Very, very beloved. And I just love the emotion that's brought in to the Marvel movies. You don't get that in DC movies. You don't get that in a lot of superhero and action movies. But the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they bring it. They bring the heart to the movies, and it gives all the characters just that third, even that fourth dimension of time. I mean, you talk about Captain America, who was frozen in time and never left that was a picture of Agent Carter from like the 40s or the 50s that he still holds with him, and he never forgets that, and he's basically still fighting for it, and it's just amazing. Let's continue.
Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
So let me end it there, because as you know, at the end of Infinity War, we had the great snap. We had people pretty much being turned into dust and all their particles separating. For Endgame, the reverse is happening in the title card. Do you see that? Did you see that, how everything pretty much came back together? Does this mean that we're going to have somehow the time stone come into it to play? I feel like the time stone is probably the only thing that can save people, and Doctor Strange realized that, obviously, when he saw the one way that, this could all end. He used the time stone to see 14 million, 14 million some futures, and only one of them in which they won. So I'm pretty sure the time stone is going to be crucial to that. I like to think that, Doctor Strange probably put that time stone out in space. As soon as he saw all of those futures, he put it out there and probably started the whole time sequence the same that he did in his titular movie of Doctor Strange, where he had to face Dormammu at the very end, and he pretty much put him in an infinite time loop. That's why it was called Infinity War, right? I mean, that's what I thought. They were going to be, basically Thanos was going to be reliving this entire moment over and over again until he somehow gives up. But we'll see how the time stone, how all the stones play into this, and how all the superheroes will play into this. But this is pretty much how it ends. This is what we get.
Is anyone home? This is Scott Lang.
So at the end, we get Scott. And again, this is interesting. Somehow Scott, with his little minivan or his little minibus, gets out of the quantum realm. I'm not sure how he figures it out, but again, he's a genius. And this is another thing that I love about Marvel, and the directors, the Russo brothers, talked about this as well. The Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't just about superheroes. It's about nerds. It's about brainiacs. It's about scientists and engineers. And I think that's why I also love the Cinematic Universe. You don't just have like a Bruce Wayne billionaire who happens to know everything. Bruce Wayne is also really smart in the DC universe. But you have all these people. You have Tony Stark. You have Bruce Banner. You have Scott Lang. You have all these different folks who are just highly intelligent and are the results of highly intelligent actions and beings. You have Captain America, who got his powers through science and technology. So you have all this coming into play for people to save the universe, and I think it's just amazing. It's not all brute strength and good looks and all that stuff. It's actually people that are smart. That are actually saving the world. Even Shuri, the mad scientist of Wakanda, I call her. She is just brilliant, and I can't wait to see what role Shuri plays in this as well to help. I'm pretty sure she's probably going to don some sort of Black Panther type suit, so we'll see her as well. I can't wait. They're holding so much. They're holding so many cards close to their sleeves because there are still so many people that can play a role. None of which we haven't talked about. We haven't seen her, Captain Marvel. She's going to play a role in this, so it'll be really interesting. But this is pretty much how the trailer ends.
Met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. Got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
And so that's how it ends. April's when the movie comes out. Let me know what you guys think. I'm so excited to see this movie. Gosh, I don't know if I've been more excited to see anything like this before. I may have been excited when Star Wars came back, but I'm pretty excited to see Endgame. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you all tomorrow. This is